All right, boys, just chilling here, and I thought I'd just put you on game. You know, it's a nice sunny day. I would go outside, but I can't. Like, it's fucking boiling, and I don't fancy burning my ass off. So I'm in here, just chilling. I'm gonna put you all on game. I'm not done a video on dating in a while, so I thought I might as well just come and spit some value at you lot. So yeah, basically in this one, I'm just gonna chat to you and talk about how you can actually just have genuinely endless women in your life if you so want to, be that. Because obviously, yeah, you might be in a position where you just want a girlfriend. Maybe you don't want to go and run around with all the hoes, and you don't want to have like loads and loads of women in your life, and that's fine as well. You can, whatever you choose to do, that's how you want to do it. If you want to be the guy that goes around sleeping with all these hoes and stuff like that, you can go and do that. You choose the way you want to live your life. At the end of the day, I'm here to give you the information, and then you can do with that information whatever you will. Okay, if you want to use this information to go and get yourself a girlfriend, absolutely, you can do that. You can, this same stuff does still apply, but I guess it's more tailored towards how to have an abundance of women in your life, because that's always an important thing. You might get a girlfriend, and that girlfriend might fuck you over. Okay, so you don't want to kind of have this limiting mindset of, oh, I only want one girl and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you should only, if you've got a girlfriend, yeah, you only want that one girl, but as in a sense of, oh, I can only get this one girl. Okay, you want to have an abundance mindset, so that if she fucks you over or something like that, then you can you've got that confidence in yourself that you can go out and get another one. Okay, and that's not me to say, like, I'm not trying to sound like a dick when I say that. I'm not trying to be like, oh, make sure that you're planning on getting other women or something, whilst you've got a girlfriend. No, not at all. If you've got a girlfriend, okay, you put everything that you have into that one girl, okay, and you make it work, and you give her all of you, and you stay loyal to that girl, absolutely 100%. You always operate as a gentleman. But as young men, we have to understand there is a possible reality that that girl may not stay loyal to you. Okay, therefore, in that scenario, in order to protect yourself and in order to move forward in life, in order to use it as growth, you need to make sure that you have an abundance of women in your life. Okay, so and for that to happen, you need to have the correct mindset. You need to be the right person. That's what I'm here to do. Okay, I'm here to put you on game. Who the fuck is messaging me? What the fuck is going on? Right. Okay. So I'm getting some random ass messages on like TikTok. I'm trying to read what they're saying. It fucking distracts me, bro. But yeah, the first thing, okay, obviously, yeah, I'm going to talk about the very obvious thing, and I know you've heard it before, but fuck it, I'm going to tell you again. All right, get in the gym. Don't be a fat cunt. Just get in the gym, lift some weights, do some cardio, look after your general health. All right, because that's just a prerequisite. That's a basic. You should just want to do that anyway. Just generally look after yourself, so that then women know that you look after yourself. They know that you actually care about yourself. You've got some self-respect, and if you're looking good, in your t-shirts and whatever, you're not fat. You're nice and lean. You've got a nice muscular physique. Girls love that, bro. It's as simple as that. It just puts you ahead of everyone else that doesn't have that. Okay, like I said before, you want to be as well-rounded as you possibly can be. All right. So get in the gym, lift some weights, do some cardio. Make sure you've got a nice physique. All right. Make sure you're feeling good about yourself. You've got a nice clear skin. You're drinking lots of water. You're just being generally healthy, and therefore your appearance will look good. And then if your appearance is looking good, you're on check. You've got a nice physique. You've got nice glowing skin. Then you will feel more confident in yourself, and that's already from there, bro. You're a step ahead, a massive step ahead from everyone else, because you've got that general, just natural confidence in yourself. All right. So you're gonna walk around with that like swagger. Girls love that. They love a guy that's confident in himself. And if he's a guy that looks after himself, he goes to the gym and he's confident. That's just, bro. That's already points. All right. You've got points ahead of everybody else at that point. Okay. So yeah, just get in the gym. Don't be a fat bastard. Look after yourself. Be generally healthy. All right. That's number one. The second part is your mindset. All right. Your mindset is very, very, very important in terms of attracting women, because the first time I ever went to a nightclub, I remember it was like, the thing is, I'll admit to this because it's just funny, right? And you can tell that everybody else has got this same mindset. Because I was looking around thinking, like, this is how it is. You go in there and you're scouting out for the women. You're like, right, where are they? Almost like you're being a weird predator, and you're chasing them. All right, you're going out. You're looking for them. You're searching for them, rather than being the guy that attracts them. Okay, there's a huge difference between it. Because if you go out into a nightclub, or not even a nightclub, just anywhere, okay, and you're looking for that, you're trying to attract girls, you're trying to get that female attention, you're going about it in the complete wrong way, because it's kind of showing that you don't have an abundance of women in your life, and it's showing that you're desperate, and it's showing that you don't really know what you're doing. Because if you're going out chasing something, it's only gonna run away from you. Okay, you want to become the person that attracts things into your life. All right. It's the same with, it's the same with money. If you're chasing money, you're not going to get money. You need to be the person that attracts money. Okay, there's a huge, huge difference. So with women, don't be the person that's chasing her. She's going to be like, "What are you fucking doing?" All right, she's going to think you're a weirdo if you're going over just like, "Oh, can I have your number?" It's like, Nah, it ain't gonna work, all right? That's why, that's why you know when you go like you're on YouTube, you see all those like cold approach videos, and these guys are like just going up to girls like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Can I have your number?" Like that ain't gonna work, bro. Because immediately all you're doing there is putting her on a pedestal. Okay, if you put her on a pedestal, not only does that show her, okay, that you see yourself as below her, but if you actually also, and she's gonna lose respect to you. She's gonna lose respect for you instantly if that's the case, right? But also, in your own mind, you're below her and she's above you. Okay, so when you're pedestalizing her, you're gonna treat her that way, as if like, so you're not gonna have that self confidence in yourself, are you? Because you're gonna be looking up at her. Okay, like metaphorically, looking up at her because she's superior to you. Yeah, she's better than you. You're pedestalizing these women. You're making it seem like you don't have an abundance. If you're pedestalizing a woman, it shows you don't have an abundance of women. And this innate thing in a woman where if a guy doesn't have a lot of women in his life or hasn't had experience with women, he's kind of like, he's not a safe bet. She can't really trust being with that guy. She knows he's not good with women. She knows he might be a little bit of a nerd, all right? And she just kind of puts her off. You want to make sure that you portray this energy that you have an abundance of women in your life, even if you don't, all right? Because I understand that a lot of you might be watching this video and you're trying to literally just get started. You're trying to have just some women in your life because you've not got anyone, all right? I understand that could be someone's situation. Still come across with that energy. This is what I'm telling you, okay? I'm trying to make you become this person, all right, who can attract women into his life. And that's where the mindset all comes in, all right? That's where your mindset comes in. Never ever feed into any negativity. Don't ever think, oh, I can't get that girl. She's way out of my league. What's that going to do for you? Why? That's not going to serve you well in any way. Or, that's not going to serve you well at all. If you're feeding into this mindset of, oh, I can't get her. She's too good for me. She's way out of my league. She might have a boyfriend or whatever. All these like limiting beliefs that just like they flow into your brain as soon as you get this idea of, oh, I might go talk to that girl. And your caveman brain is there to protect you and keep you comfortable. So it puts all these excuses into your head, and you listen to them because it's the more comfortable thing to do is to listen to those thoughts and not go ahead with the action. All right. Whereas if you ignore those thoughts and instead flip those, remove those thoughts and add new ones of like, yeah, I'm the man. I can get any girl I want. I can get that girl. I don't care if she's got a boyfriend. All right. I know that sounds bad, of like, at the end of the day, it's like you owe no loyalties to anyone if you're single and you're trying to go and get women. If the girl has a boyfriend, you've approached her, it's her duty to shut you down, okay? But that's not your problem, okay? And that doesn't matter. If that happens, that doesn't matter, bro. If she's got a boyfriend or for whatever reason you might get rejected, just say, yep, no worries, walk off. Bang, on to the next one. Keep your head high, all right? It's good. It's a process. Stop seeing all these things as negativity or like rejections and stuff. Stop seeing it as a negative thing. Stop seeing it as like, oh, I've failed, all right? Like, no, you've not. It's a part of a process. It's a necessary thing that you have to go through in order to become the person that attracts women into his life, okay? That's what I'm saying. Become this person. Never, ever, ever feed into any negativity, all right? Because like the amount of guys that I just be saying like, oh, I can't get that woman because I'm not big enough, or I can't get that woman for whatever reason, all right? Whatever fucking reason it is. Yeah, this is why I'm saying be as well-rounded as possible, okay? Go to the gym, have a good physique, and if you're saying, oh, I'm not good looking enough to go and get this woman, maybe you're not. Maybe reality is that you're not. But what good is it going to do if you feed into that thought? Because it's negative. You may as well feed into positive thoughts. Don't feed into any negativity. Only feed into positive thoughts, right? Flip it around into a positive thought of like, all right, I can go and get that girl. I'm attractive enough. I'm good enough. Whatever stage you are at, you have to believe that whatever stage you are at right now is good enough to get any girl that you possibly want. Even if reality doesn't, even if that's not reality, even if that's not realistic, even if that's not actually the case, maybe, you can't, no one can attract every single girl. Not every single girl is going to find me attractive. Not every single girl is going to find you attractive. It doesn't matter. But as long as you have this mindset, okay, if you just have this almost deluded mindset of, I can attract any girl I want. I can get any girl. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who she is. I don't care if it's fucking Megan Fox or some shit, bro. I can get her. Just have that. If you've got that mindset, then you'll always be all right, bro. And you'll always carry yourself with this energy. And you'll always, if you're feeding into that positive sort of energy and those positive thoughts, you will generally carry yourself in that way. Because your brain will start to believe that stuff, okay? You'll start to believe that stuff is generally possible. You can go and get these women. That's what I've always said. You have to generally believe something is possible before you can go and do it. Because otherwise it's simply not going to happen, okay? It's almost like a weird manifestation, all right? And yeah, my other point, the next point I want to get into, so, we've talked about, obviously, your physique, make sure you're looking after yourself generally, taking care of your health, taking care of your physique, doing cardio, looking good, okay, generally having that just general confidence in yourself. That's like baseline, that's foundation, you need to do that anyway. We've spoke about, what the fuck, bro, my mind's just gone blank. What the fuck have we just spoke about then? Oh, bro, I think it's the heat, bro. I think I'm getting heat stroke. Anyway, I'm just going into my next point. Anyway, whatever the fuck I just talked about then. Oh yeah, not feeding into any negativity, and making sure that you're not dwelling on rejection and stuff like that. Okay, flipping your mindset from the fact that rejection is a positive thing and it's part of the process. Okay, and then yeah, the thing I mentioned before. So now, the third point is just not taking yourself too seriously. Okay, not taking yourself seriously at all, because obviously, yeah, you don't want to just be a clown, just go around like embarrassing yourself, because women are going to find that a little bit gross. You know what I mean? So yeah, you want to take yourself seriously to an extent of like, yeah, you want to make sure you're operating nice, like a man. You don't want to just be walking around being a fucking knobhead, like clowning around, making weird ass noises. No, you hold yourself to high standards, but you don't take yourself so seriously to the point where you're trying really, really hard to be a certain someone. Just be yourself, bro. Generally, just be yourself. If you're around just in your day-to-day life, this doesn't just have to be when you're around women. You should be doing this anyway. But when you're around women, you get so many guys that just like they start tensing their jawlines, don't they? And they start like, tensing up and like trying to look all big, and they're sat in the nightclubs and they're in the corner vaping like, yeah, I'm hard me. Like, no, you're not, bro, because like, girls don't want that shit, bro. They don't, like I've said, girls just want to have fun. So it's not gonna be fun if you're sat in the corner of a nightclub vaping, is it? How's it gonna work, bro? You start taking yourself so seriously to the point where you're thinking, right, I need to make sure I don't do this wrong. I need to make sure I don't do that. I need to make sure she doesn't think this of me. Like, just be yourself, because again, this abundance mindset. You don't have to make it work with this one girl. If it's this one girl that you're trying to impress and you're like, okay, make sure I don't say this wrong. Make sure I don't do that. Stop thinking, bro. Stop overthinking. You stop thinking so much, because when you're thinking about all this stuff, you're not in a flow state. That's where you're going to be the most social. You're going to be the most attractive, and you're going to be you when you're in a social flow state, because that's coming from the subconscious, and whatever comes from your subconscious is generally you. If you're kind of actively thinking about stuff like what to say, it's not you. It's not authentic to you, and she can see that. And that's a very, very attractive thing, is being unapologetically, authentically yourself. Okay. Because it just shows you've got the confidence to be yourself, and you own that shit. You own everything about you, even your insecurities. If you're trying to be someone you're not, and she can sense that, it shows that you're not confident to be yourself, and that's very unattractive, okay? So just be confident in yourself. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. If you're sat with a girl and let's say you're sat with a girl. Shit, covered up the camera. Because I see some guys on this, they're just like stood talking to a girl, and they're kind of like, they're stood there all stiff, and they just don't move like robots, and they're keeping their jawline tense like that, when they're like listening to them, and they can just tell it's like you look nervous and you look weird. Like, bro, just chill out. Be a normal person. If you're sat with a girl or you're stood with her, relax. Do what you want. If you want to scratch your head, scratch your head. If you want to fucking, I don't know, if you want to go get a drink, go get a drink. Do what you want to. Just do what you want. Just be yourself. Just relax. Chill. Be chilled in your seat. Don't stop trying to do all the like chest out like type stuff. Yeah, hold yourself with confidence and hold yourself up, right? Don't just be slouching, but yeah, just hold yourself to how you do. Hold yourself nice and confidently, but just relax, all right? Chill. Stop thinking about it so much. At the end of the day, bro, she's just another human being. She's just another person. She's someone that you're talking to. So stop pedestalizing her. Stop seeing her as this god. See her as someone on the same level as you, okay? And you're just getting to know her. You're just talking to her. Be a little bit flirty. Be a bit cheeky. Just try things. Just try whatever you want. Maybe something, all girls are different. So something that you try with one girl might not work with another girl, okay? There was when we went on our holiday last year, when I went with the boys, I had this friend. He would say something to a girl, like he would drop some, I don't know, fucking cringy ass pickup line on a girl, and she'd laugh at it and she'd find it funny and it would kind of work, and then she might say it to another girl and she's like, oh, fuck off, you knobhead. She thinks it's a bit cringe. So all girls are different, bro. Not everything's going to work with every single girl, but if you're just generally unapologetically you, and you're just having fun, you're doing you and you're being yourself, then that's all you can do, bro. And you're going to attract the girls that are going to be attracted to you at the end of the day, okay? And if you fuck up, then who cares? See it as a learning curve and go again. And then use it on, bro, there's like, what is there, like 3.5 fucking billion girls in the world, all right? 3.5 billion women, okay? You're not going to be short of women, bro, so don't stressing about, oh, you fucked up with that one rejected you, so, life's fucking over, the world's going to end. No, chill out, bro. There's always more, there's always a next time, there's always a lesson to be learned, there's always more action to be taken, okay, boys? Just stop stressing so much about the things that you're doing and what you're saying and the way you are around girls. Stop trying to alter yourself and be someone different when you're around girls. They're just another person. So again, it's all a mindset thing. It's not even like, it's not necessarily the things that you're doing. It's just generally who you are, and who you are is going to determine how attractive you are to women. All right, stop going out and chasing them. All right, So, yeah, Jesus Christ, I've been speaking for fucking time now. I don't even have a drink and my throat is dry as fuck. But yeah, generally, when you've got that, like, when you've started to actually get a little bit of success with women, it's the floodgates kind of open, because like I've said before, once you've got an abundance of women, it's like women then, then you get more women, because it's like this innate thing inside of women where it's like, oh, he's got loads of women, so I think, I find him attractive now because, if he can attract those women, I want that as well. Women usually want what they can't have, bro, okay? So when they see you with other women, they're like, oh, I've got some competition now. Makes you more attractive to her. So it's like a weird little knock-on effect. The more women you get, then you just keep getting more and more and more, okay? Obviously, a lot of you are in this position where you haven't even got one and you want to just get some in your life, okay? That's what this is for. You carry out those first 3 steps and you'll be fine, bro, okay? You'll be good. You start to see a little bit more results, and then once the results come in, it'll just fucking, you'll be absolutely swimming in it. You'll have more women in your life than what you know what to do with, okay? So yeah. Another thing that you can do that's very, very, very helpful is utilizing social media. We're on, we are pretty much on social media all the fucking time. Girls are always on their phones. They're always looking through Instagram and shit. Show you've got an exciting life. Don't be one of those guys that's got like nothing on his Instagram, like no profile picture, no pictures or anything, no posts, whatever. He doesn't put anything on his story. Take some nice photos of yourself, present yourself well, okay? So that's when you're going to get it's when you utilize social media that you're gonna also master that side of it, okay? So not just the in-person stuff, but the social media stuff. You're going to get girls hitting you up, okay? You've got some nice pictures on there. You've presented yourself nicely. You've got a nice physique, and maybe you take a physique photo. You put that on your Instagram. You've got a nice profile picture. You're putting stuff on your story of you doing stuff every day, so it shows to her that you've got an exciting life. She wants to be a part of that exciting life. All these little things that you can do, and it's just generally. And this isn't stuff of me. This is not me saying, is it, like, oh, go and do this certain thing to this girl, and go and do, these are just generally you improving yourself as a person. These are just things I'm telling you to implement into your life. All right. This is just me telling you to be, not to be someone, but to be yourself, to improve yourself to a point where you are more attractive to women, to become someone, okay? Not to pretend to be someone else and not to be inauthentic to yourself, to become someone, okay? So all these little details, all right, boys? But yeah, it's generally all a mindset thing. Relax, chill, fucking be you, bro. Just do you, okay? If you're interested in full-time one-to-one coaching, okay, so you want to take it to the absolute next level, okay, where we can personalize everything to you, we can make a specific protocol for you, okay. If you're interested in that, working with me one-to-one, okay, in terms of improving your dating life to the next level, okay, where you've got absolutely endless women, you can do whatever you want. You've got more women in your life than you know what to do with, okay, as I've said before. If you want to take that to the absolute next level, and you want all the in detail shit, like the in-depth stuff, all the little secrets, everything you can do, everything that we know, everything that me and my team know. Okay, if you want that, then DM me, okay? I will leave a link to my Instagram in the description below. If you DM me Level Up, okay, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. We'll jump on a free call and we'll go from there. All right, boys? I'll see you in a bit.